Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a Schadenfreude moment. Oh, I know, we shouldn't, but you asked me, and who am I to deny you your simple pleasures? Yes, the BBC has fired Norman Lebrecht over a set to with none other than Yuja Wang. Oh, my goodness, can you believe it? It's really kind of amazing, the exchange that the two of them had. So let's get right to it, shall we? Evidently, Lebrecht was under the impression that Wang was going to agree to do an interview with him for his BBC interview show. And she's not doing it. And he got tiffed. He got annoyed, the poor boy. So he wrote as follows. Let me see, I have this thing here. Dear Yuja, I hear from Philippa Cole that you have withdrawn from any possible opportunity for a BBC Lebrecht interview between March and June this year. I am surprised and disappointed. I thought you were a serious person who stood by her commitments. I may have to revise that opinion. All good wishes, Norman. Oh my goodness. The arrogance of this man. I mean, it's really stunning, isn't it? First of all, he presumes to be on a first name basis with Miss Wang. Second of all, I mean, he thinks people give a damn about whether or not she does an interview with him. I mean, I don't give a damn whether she does an interview with anybody, but, Norman Lebrecht. And then this whole business of, this implied threat, like his opinion of whether she's serious or not should matter to her. I mean, really? It's really kind of staggering. Whether or not it is what she says it was, that is misogynistic bullying, it's just incredibly unprofessional. I mean, never mind Yuja Wang. If I saw this, and I were running the BBC, I would dump him as well. You don't speak to people that way in official or professional correspondence. I mean, you just don't. I mean, who the hell does this guy think he is? Well, obviously he thinks he's something. What he is a gossip columnist for the classical music industry. He's the Hedda Hopper of the classical music world. And if you don't know who Hedda Hopper was, look her up on Wikipedia. She was a Hollywood gossip columnist up till about her death in 1966, and quite the personality. Powerful, feared, and reviled. And that's Norman Lebrecht. He's powerful because the English journalistic establishment has allowed him to become so. BBC gives him a platform. Other newspapers and publications have done it. Now he has his own blog, of course. He can do whatever he wants. But he got there by actually working for publications that bought the slop that he had to offer. And as long as there's a market for slop, Norman Lebrecht will be dealing it out. Dishing it out for our delectation. And I mean, come on, gossip is fun and it's enjoyable and all that stuff. He's never been a critic, particularly. Every so often he opines on a recording or a performance, but it's not serious. He really has no idea what he's talking about when it comes to that stuff. He's just a scandal monger. And perhaps he's actually come to drink his own Kool-Aid and believe that he has some sort of clout, authority. I mean, what's he going to do? How is he going to? Anyway, so that was his letter to Yuja Wang. But her response is just as interesting. Her response was, and this is what got published. And so this is how the BBC found out about it and got into a kerfuffle with Lebrecht. And, okay, here it is. This derogatory, misogynistic bullying need to stop. We are human beings who grow with nourishing energy, not characters for you to abuse. That's what she wrote. Oh, the poor dear. Now, let's get a few other things straight. This response, playing the victim, the delicately, sort of frail artist type who's, being abused is equal bullshit. Let's be absolutely clear about that. No woman who runs around the world in scantily clad, half-naked attire, banging out Rachmaninoff piano concertos, gives a damn about being bullied by Norman Lebrecht. She saw an opportunity, she saw an opening, and she took it. Because Wang is a brilliant pianist. No mistake about that. She really is. She's a terrific pianist. And she is also a fabulous, amazing, stunning self-promoter. She's so good at it, in fact, that the classical music world doesn't really know what to make of her, because she has glamour and smarts, and she's attractive, and she can play the devil out of the piano. What do you do with somebody like that? I mean, the classical music world is used to having these quiet, humble, geeky servants of great art. And she's not that. She's not that at all. So I strongly doubt that she felt bullied. And Lebrecht's letter was not misogynistic in the least. It really wasn't. It was just obnoxious. I mean, it would have been obnoxious had it been sent to anybody, male or female. Equally obnoxious. I mean, there was nothing particularly female-oriented in that, unless, of course, Lebrecht felt that he could actually push her around because she was a woman. But I don't think that's really, he's not that stupid. He really isn't. I mean, she's a far bigger star than he is. And so for him to speak to her that way is absolutely ridiculous. But I don't think it was misogynistic necessarily. It was stupid, and she knew it, and she saw a chance to get in a couple of licks, and she did, and good for her. I mean, absolutely good for her. But if you think that, she's some sort of shrinking violet looking for positive energy because she's just a mere human being, oh, please, don't even go there. I mean, it's just so silly. I am more than happy. In fact, I invite Miss Wang to have a chat with me on this channel to talk about the truth. The fact that she is a smart, self-willed, tough, intelligent, wonderful promoter of herself. It would be wonderful to have a totally shameless conversation about, how she views herself and presents herself to the public and what she's trying to do. Because I think it's marvelous. I really do. I think she's brilliant. And I think it could be a really fun conversation, but it would involve bursting a few bubbles. And it would involve a little bit of come on, let's just tell the truth, shall we? For once in this industry, can someone please just come out and talk about the reality that you have to be a hard-bitten, relatively self-contained, impervious to criticism, and all of those things. All of those things. I mean, that's what matters in the classical music business. You can't be a poor, suffering artist who needs positive energy because you're just a mere human being. I mean, does anybody really think that? Does she really think that? But that's okay, because she was able to say it, and the BBC was able to use it to smack down Lebrecht, who never should have been given the platform of the BBC at the beginning. I mean, never in a billion years. His interviews anybody could do them. I mean, really. I mean, they're at best anodyne, and at worst scurrilous. So, between the two, I mean, if the BBC has finally decided to clean a little house there, that's fine. I don't think the BBC's all that serious either, frankly. I see what they did was the right thing. I mean, in this particular case, but hey, the fiction that is the classical music industry, will always go on, because these people are stars. They live in their own reality, and it's very different from what we're used to, and what we actually would consider to be normative behavior. But the invitation is open to Miss Wang if she wants to have a a all take the gloves off discussion of the classical music business and how she's become so successful, because I think that would be fascinating. Maybe that's what Lebrecht wanted to talk about, and he doesn't. He's not going to have the opportunity. So anyway, that's my take on the whole situation. It was a comeuppance for Mr. Lebrecht, like I said, the Hedda Hopper of the classical music biz. And it was a wonderful opportunity for Yuja Wang to do what she does best, along with play the piano, probably as well as she plays the piano, which is promote herself. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.